From CBS News Bay Area, this is the afternoon edition.
It will take time. It will succeed.
Right now on the afternoon edition, the Biden administration doubling down on their new immigration plans after Title 42 ended. Good afternoon. I'm Elizabeth Cook.
And I'm Ryan Yamamoto. This latest development now causing fears of a potential new humanitarian crisis. Thousands of migrants are currently waiting in between the two border walls that separate the U.S. and Mexico, where you can actually see volunteers offering humanitarian aid, packing clothes and food, and pushing it right through the fence.
And now we are seeing the first wave of lawsuits and a big setback for the White House. Jared Hill is covering the unfolding story for us from El Paso, Texas.
With pandemic-era restrictions no longer in place, the U.S. Border Patrol estimates about 60,000 migrants are waiting to enter the U.S. from northern Mexico.
No puedo estar ahí en mi país.
This woman says she fled Peru with her children to escape domestic abuse and government instability.
Pasar con mis hijos y estar bien.
U.S. authorities say they will now lean on protocols outlined by the decades-old Title 8, under which immigrants can be deported from the United States back to their home countries and given a 5-year ban on re-entry unless they express fear of returning and pass an interview.
We provide lawful, safe, and orderly pathways for people to come to the United States when they qualify for relief.
But Republican Senator Ted Cruz says a travesty is unfolding and is blaming the Biden administration.
This isn't an invasion, and they want the numbers to go up.
The city of El Paso is under a state of emergency. Police presence has been beefed up, and residents are being told to remain vigilant.
Bring it this way.
Near the border in El Paso, about 400 asylum seekers are camped out. They were given a choice: return to Mexico or board buses to processing centers.
But we're going to prevent any further migrants from joining the group that's already here.
Adding to the uncertainty, a federal judge has temporarily blocked a policy of releasing some migrants without notices to appear in court. That was an effort to ease crowding in Border Patrol facilities. The Biden administration is expected to seek an emergency stay on the ruling.
And the Border Patrol chief says they are over capacity in several of their holding facilities. This is a look at one of them in El Paso. They're currently expanding it to accommodate the increase of migrant arrivals.
And some migrants could eventually end up in parts of the Bay Area. Local relief groups are doing everything they can right now to prepare. Jose Martinez has the story of one woman who is herself an immigrant and is now, well, on the other side.
San Jose is preparing to receive an influx of immigrant families. Gina Guevara, a Venezuelan immigrant who moved to the U.S. in 2017, is one of the leaders who will welcome these families to the Bay Area. Gina says she identifies 100% with all these families who are immigrating, seeking a better life, opportunities and security, many things they do not have in their countries. Gina is a member of Amigos de Guadalupe, an organization in East San Jose that has already been helping an increasing number of new arrivals. Other community leaders from Santa Clara County and the city of San Jose, like Sulman Maciel, director of the city's Office of Racial Equity, echoed this message.
The city of San Jose is currently planning a welcoming migrant response plan that, if needed, will activate various departments in the city organization to ensure that our response is welcoming and inclusive and humane to people who are seeking asylum in the U.S.
The city didn't specify details about the plan, but confirmed that it will follow the work of organizations like Amigos de Guadalupe. The group says they are currently helping 2 to 3 new families each day. They expect that number could go as high as 10 new families.
We have been working to stabilize families, get them temporary shelter, use some limited resources that we do have to get, temporary hotel stays, get food and water and medical enrollment coverage, getting the families, the children enrolled into school, and other type of resources to get families stabilized.
And Jeremy tells me that we will be able to see the real impact of this change, not now, but within the next 2 weeks. He emphasizes the importance of this help right now to avoid situations where these migrants would have to camp in parks or on the streets.
Demonstrators from the Justice for Stephen Taylor Coalition held a rally today ahead of Officer Jason Fletcher's hearing in Oakland. Today's hearing was just to determine trial dates for Fletcher. He is the San Leandro police officer charged with manslaughter for shooting and killing Taylor inside a Walmart back in 2020. Taylor's grandmother says they came out today because this is bigger than just Stephen's case.
And I am just so full and just so glad that they realize this is not just about Stephen, but it's about all young people. We don't know how many of these young people might end up in the same position, so I am just so proud.
Taylor's family is also suing Officer Fletcher and the city for wrongful death.
Well, today marks a full week of the Oakland teachers strike, and teachers are digging in for what they call common good items in their proposals. These teachers picketing in front of Allendale Elementary School. The common good proposals include a policy of reparations for Black students, using vacant property for housing and helping secure low-income housing. One teacher on the bargaining team says the district and the teachers are getting closer on reaching an overall deal, but, well, they're not quite there yet.
A lot of it is like recognizing that communities want a stakehold in the way that our money is spent, and we care about students, and like that there's a recognition that there needs to be further support for students, and so there's a lot of those conceptual agreements.
We've reached out to OUSD for comment. We'll let you know when we hear back.
Well, an earthquake rattled much of Northern California this morning. Meteorologist Jessica Birch joins us now with details. What happened with all this? This was big enough for people to feel it.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, all throughout Plumas County, they've felt it this morning. To add to that, this one, which was a 5.2 magnitude earthquake, struck Plumas County at the exact same location that yesterday's 5.5 hit during the afternoon hours. And there's been a swarm of smaller quakes ever since then. Now, the first quake was centered in the middle of Lake Almanor, but people were still able to feel that shaking about 120 miles south, even into Sacramento, and past that too. I was reading some people in Stockton felt it as well. It was so powerful that it actually knocked out the 911 dispatch for a little bit while over in Chico. Now, yesterday's initial jolt actually interrupted a Nevada County Planning Commissioning meeting, and it was all caught on camera. Take a look at this.
Oh, that hurts. It's an earthquake.
I just want to say I didn't order that.
It took a little while for people to even register that the earth was moving, and this county commissioner didn't even flinch when the camera started shaking. We haven't seen any reports of injuries from yesterday's storms by any means. One second, but the quake really did a number on the resort over at Lake Almanor. Now, alcohol bottles were smashed all over the floor, and to add to that, stuff were flying off the shelves in their kitchens. It was a wild earthquake, and to think about the fact that the USGS, I was reading last night, said that there was only like a 6% chance at max that they would feel anything close to 5.5 within the matter of the next 3 days. Well, sure enough, this morning we woke up to 5.2 up there. So it has been a very active setup. I know a lot of people don't live in that area necessarily full time. There's a lot of vacation homes up there. So throughout the months, as we head into the summer season, that's when I'm sure that there will be more reports of damage over there. Let's take it back to the Bay, over to the Sea Lions. Okay, we're starting off with a beautiful live look. It's Friday. People are out there enjoying San Francisco, enjoying all the Bay Area. I mean, we're sitting in the 50s right now in San Francisco, but we're already seeing 70s off in Concord, 64 right now in San Jose. Kind of a spread of temperatures this afternoon. We weren't able to say that earlier this week. We were in the 60s pretty much across the Bay, but we're starting to warm up, especially in our inland areas heading into these afternoon hours. It is a pool weather weekend here in the Bay Area. If you live anywhere from Fairfield over in Antioch, Concord, Walnut Creek even. Now, if you live along the coast, you have the luxury of living along the coast, right? So temperatures are going to be around average as we head into one of the warmest days of the year so far. About 2 degrees above average near Pacifica. Okay, whatever. But once we head off into our east inland hills, 20 degrees above average as high pressure ridges its way into California and all of our coastline. That's going to warm a lot of us up heading into Mother's Day weekend. And I'll have more on that forecast coming up in a bit. But for now, back over to you guys.
All right, thanks, Jess. It's game time for the Warriors tonight as they prepare to take on the Lakers. Well, the Dubs need a win in order to stay alive in the playoff series. They say they're confident in their ability to win and force a Game 7 here at home. The game takes place in L.A. at Crypto.com Arena, but they may be doing it without Andrew Wiggins, who has a rib injury right there on that play. I just saw on social media he is not at shoot-around, at least as of right now.
Oh, that's not a good sign.
Not a good sign.